Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. More Blood and Plunder here as we start looking at some of the named pirate commanders, and there's a lot of famous ones or infamous ones, depending on your take. So first up is Benjamin Hornigold, so a very famous one, also a very powerful character for us here. So let's just jump right in. So he's a 30-pointer, so definitely a lot to invest in him, and probably going to be more for the mid to large size games, right? It's a lot of points to squeeze into a small game. But he can lead British privateers, Golden Age pirates, or the Flying Gang, so we could see him in any number of lists. Has the brace of pistols and the standard melee weapon, so we're good there. Very good command range of 12 and the 3 command points, so can't ask for too much more than that. So all around, pretty good there. But his special rules are really what I think sent him over the top here. So a couple that we don't see too often as well. So first of all, he's got bold. So he can always use command points normally, even if his unit is shaken, which is very powerful, or engaged in a melee. So two important uses that you can get while having bold. Also has cold-blooded, so he has ruthless, and then when he's using any like a command point to give to a unit, whether they're fighting or shooting, they gain ruthless for that action. So even if you don't have ruthless normally in your list, your faction maybe just doesn't have the units for it, or isn't given to you like as a special rule. There's that one pirate list that does. Here we can just selectively then dole out ruthless, and the nice thing with that is when we're activating, if we plan the turn correctly, when we're then giving out ruthless, right, we can make sure hopefully that the enemy has more fatigue than us, and then therefore ruthless will be active and useful. So throughout the course of a game, that can be pretty potent when we just are at will able to turn on ruthless there. So really good stuff there. Inspiring, of course, is an old standard, right? So basically, we're going to keep the force in the fight for much longer with that. So when we are in his command range, and again, pretty solid command range of 12 there, so 24-inch bubble, the commander, so basically we can reroll any failed rally test results when his unit is active. So now if we're not just using our command points to have other units like shoot or fight or something like that, but when we're using rally here, right, we're going to keep the force in the fight for as long as possible with that. And getting a free reroll here is useful, so we don't have to burn fortune on anything that isn't just the best use of that. Speaking of fortune, right, he has a rare ability here, which is always welcome whenever we see it. And that is God's Blessing or the Devil's Luck. So basically, he starts the game with a 4th fortune point. Huge, right? We can be a little bit more aggressive when we spend those. We don't have to worry as much instead of having just the normal 3. So if we need to change our hand throughout the game, we can do that more often, and use any of the other uses of fortune as well. And then the other key thing to not forget from the other reviews of the pirate lists, a lot of those lists have a sort of pseudo fortune point that you get for free as well, although with that one you can only use the version of it to essentially replace your hand. So if you're fielding Hornigold plus some of these pirate lists, you almost have 4.5 fortune points, which is just absolutely huge, right? So altogether, he brings a powerful combination of abilities here, and the fact that we can then see him in these different pirate lists really means that as powerful as those lists are to begin with, you could throw something like this at somebody, and they might not necessarily be expecting him, right? And that really can change the dynamic of what those forces are already capable of. So again, good weapon loadout, good stats there as far as command range and command points, and then just a pretty potent combination of abilities. We don't get any like naval buffs like we would typically see like with like the broadside or anything like that, or so like Commodore or anything like that, but that's all right. We don't need that. He is just like a all-around badass character, right? We can use our command points whenever. We can dole out ruthless. We get rerolls on morale, essentially. Roll rally tests, keep calling it morale, but then also that extra fortune point coupled with a lot of the faction's ability to have a almost like an extra fortune point to begin with. So very potent for 30 points, guys. Where do you see him being the best leader? Is it in the British Privateers, the Golden Age Pirates, or the Flying Gang? Let us know if you've tried any of those or if you've come up against those and how that's gone. Thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.